a federal high court sitting in Abuja has ordered First City Monument Bank, FCMB, to pay the sum of 540.5 million naira as damages to Pastor Emmanuel Omole of the Divine Hand of God Prophetic Ministry and his wife, Deborah, over false claim that they laundered 573 million for former chairman of the EFCC, Ibrahim Mustafa Magu. The judgment came as an exoneration for the former acting chairman of EFCC, Ibrahim Magu, who was accused of recruiting the pastor and his church to launder money for him. That's the judge, Yusuf Alilu, held that the bank breached its duty of care to the claimants, that the Omales and their church, and that the evidence before the court showed that the bank admitted error in its reports to the NFIU of entries in the account of Divine Hand God Prophetic Ministry, which was accused of laundering money on Mr. Magu's behalf. Judy, when Mr. Magu was going through this trial, and this was part of the allegation that was leveled against the former EFCC chairperson, retired now, but the truth is the truth, and the court has come out to exonerate this man of God. As of that time, Mr. Magu insisted that there was nothing like that, that this was just a friend, but the people accused him that FCMB falsely credited the man's account with over 540 million naira. Just let us into the story, Jimmy.
The main reason for the sack of Magu, the main evidence, so-called evidence, was this transfer to the account of the church. Magu and Pastor Omale are good friends. When Magu traveled to Dubai to have hernia operation with the approval of the president, he got the president's permission to travel. Pastor Omale went there to see him. There's nothing wrong in you being my friend, coming to see me in hospital at my bedside. They put two and two together that Magu is a friend to the man, is a spiritual counselor, and because of that, he was using...
It's nobody's business.
That he was laundering money for him. There were a lot of idiotic allegations made against Magu. And you remember on this program, I kept insisting that the kind of money that you people are claiming that this man stole, he cannot steal it, that I'm sure. Many people called me, warned me that you are putting your integrity at stake, that no Nigerian can be trusted. Also, rubbish is that there's no Nigerian that
the report has been submitted how many months after now?
We can't have a situation in which we will conclude that every Nigerian has a price. Every Nigerian can compromise. No. And that was why we felt at that time that this thing was wrong. And I backed them. Despite pressure from people, stop defending him. You will be ashamed at the end of the day. I refused. Now, in September 2020, the bank did an apology in 3 newspapers, saying that...
Because they falsely credited...
Yes, they claimed that they falsely credited the church. It's a small branch of the church. At the time when they put that money in the account, according to them, it was not that church alone. That it was a computer glitch that affected...
over 500 million.
They said the computer glitch affected many other people. They apologized in 3 national newspapers in September 2020 that, look, this was an error. But what they did was immediately the so-called computer, credited the account of a church that the balance before that money was lodged was just 1.5 million. It's a small branch.
1.5 million.
Yes.
Move to 500, over 500 million.
It's a small branch. You know, you then notified the NFIU.
Right.
The NFIU, instead of doing a thorough investigation, it's supposed to be an intelligence unit. Instead of doing their own thorough investigation, concluded that this must have been proceed of crime. But by the time the bank recanted, it was already too late. It had been used. In fact, I was told that that lodgement was shown to the president. And the Buhari that you and I know, he wants to trust you unflinchingly. Once he sees any reason to not trust you again, he changes to you, he changes his attitude towards you. So they showed the president that lodgement. That was the beginning of the end for Magu.
Was thrown under the bus.
And in the course of his investigation, this matter kept coming up.
This was what happened.
Well, I think
At the end of it all, everything
let us even
was...
look beyond the mere fact that the court has found the man guilty. We have to look at the fact that somebody has to trace the genesis or the source of that particular 543 million. Except, of course, they are saying that they just use pen to smear the name, deliberately smear the name of that man.
That is what is happening
And using the church, because you know that most of the churches are prosperous. They are preaching prosperity. Let us now hang this thing on the church so that you can give a bad name and hang the church. So it also means that many other cases like that, that people have been burned because of that thing. And it is a clever way of running away from the genesis of the problem. That is, the source of that particular money, Nigerians must know. Somebody must go to court to make the bank to tell us, did you just fix that money in that account to smear that man's image or to destroy the...
They said
No,
they
but
accepted
that
the mistake. That's an error.
What kind of computer error is that? What kind of computer is that?
And
You
meanwhile,
cannot
the
accept that
panel,
kind of
the
thing.
NSIU, they are using it against
They used him.
Against him.
They used it.
So what it means is that...
They even in their report, they kept saying that he was using cronies to launder money. And this was the main evidence,
it's like
so-called evidence
like
that
they have gone out
This was the main one. Every other one,
like,
there was no proof. But this one, at least there was evidence that money went into an account.
that particular account.
So they held on to that one. I can't blame a president that, yes, even when calling our president an anti-corruption champion in Africa, it is Magu's work. I'm saying that. It is Magu's work. When you are talking about the history of EFCC, when it comes to forensic investigation, Magu was the star when we had Ribadu there. He was the star. Some of the biggest cases, he was the one who investigated them. And he recovered a lot of money for his country. You know, they were claiming that he would sell assets and he would not,
assets, yes.
until the Accountant General of the Federation came out and said no, that when they sell assets, the money goes to the TSA. And the TSA account is domiciled with the CBN. All kinds of lies. They said, you know, they went to his house. Magu has only one house.
His lawyer even confirmed.
It's in Karu. It's in Karu in Abuja. They went there, they sacked the house. His wife was going after them. At least you will not plant anything here in my presence. They went and they didn't see anything. Silly people on social media claim that they found dollars, they found this and that. And I'm like, look, do they even know this fellow? Typical Dankwaye. You know, when you see like a bushman, it's difficult to get him to even touch up like a proper hand. No. Say, is that one that will now stack his house with dollars? I mean, in our country, when some of these things are done, it's just politics. And there are some people who felt threatened by him.
And we like a situation of this pulling down syndrome.
Yes.
Anytime you hear that somebody high up there is coming down, everybody does.
And they are happy.
Media trial, mob mentality.
Yes.
Everybody.
You are right. You are right. You won't even listen to him.
I think for any public figure of his status, we just have to admit one Okoje said that fighting corruption is a very dangerous game.
Yes.
So the moment you are seen to be doing what is right, what is normal, everybody will come for you.
Come for you.
So I think we should guide against such a thing in future. And
But not really with this case.